Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Down to Earth Astronomy. I realized it'd been some time since I uploaded any fractured space content. So I decided to make a quick video. I just want to show you a battle I played yesterday in my Reaper. Now, the game is going into to beta soon, going out of alpha into beta. And my opinion has been ready for that for a long time. So I thought it was a good idea to get some videos out. But the battle. 3 of my team members here right at the beginning moved to the beta sector, and they already encountered the first 2 enemies actually. I moved to the alpha sector together with a friendly enforcer, and we just encountered our first 2 enemies. To the left we see an enemy Reaper, and in the front we have a Pioneer. The Reaper get a few missiles in on me, and he begins to open fire. I try to use the large column to shield me from the Reaper, while we focus on the Pioneer. The Reaper does a good job of keeping clear of the column and keeping the fire up. Now, the Reaper is only effective when you are facing directly to your enemy. You see at the top, just above my ship, it says 50% to the left. That means my main fire gun is only 50% efficient. And just for a second there, they went to 100% as I faced directly towards the enemy. So now we're back at 100%. So when you're facing a Reaper, try to get it from the side, because it's very, very deadly if you get it in front of it. So you'll see that I always try to keep my front towards the one I'm shooting at. He's trying to retreat. And we quickly get him down. So we're already 2 kills down. We got pretty deep into the alpha sector. And we capped the last small mining outpost. Note here that I'm side strafing down towards the mining outpost, because I don't want to put my sight towards that station right in front of us, in case someone jumps in. I don't want to waste time having to turn my ship around. So try to keep my front pointing in that general direction. And we see someone jump in right there. And it's the Reaper again. He fires some missiles, but I'm quick with the point defense, and he doesn't get any shots in. So I open fire. Again, trying to stay or keep him in front of me while we stay on his side. I open up my shroud shield. I'm not really sure that was necessary here, but it should help at least with a little bit of the incoming damage. Again, I side strafe around the corner, trying to keep my front towards him, both because it makes me a smaller target, but also it increases my effectiveness a lot. So I'm trying to kill as we're capping the end station here, and trying to shoot down the hostile sensor to try and blind them in this area, at least for a bit. Now, if you noticed, I think here, if you saw right behind the station, there was a small glimpse. I noticed that when I played, but right now I can't see what it actually is. So I try to strafe around, and that's when I see that he's launched mines towards me. Very well played by him, and he takes me down. I couldn't see the mines before; it was way too late, and there was nothing I could have done there. Maybe I should have backed off when I saw a ship jump in to get some distance to the cover, so it would be more difficult for him to get around me. But I didn't, and he got me. So we respawn, and the battle is pretty much over in the beta sector. At least looks like we lost that area. And we already have 2 ships at the end of the alpha sector, and they're capping the forward station down there. So I decide that I'll go into our forward station just to get the upgrades and get ready for the enemy base to unlock when they capture the end station. It's unlocked, I jump, and notice here I turn my ship while I'm jumping, because you keep your orientation through the jump. I overturn a little bit, but that means I ideally wanted to face the station when I came out of the jump, instead of having to turn around while at the station. We very quickly get the first turret generator down and begin focusing on the second one. The enemy team is still scrambling, trying to get people inside the cap bubble to prevent us from capping. So we're getting some points at the moment. I make a little bit of a misplay here. I'd fly over the station, which makes me very vulnerable to station fire, and you see I begin to take a lot of damage. So I move back down in cover of the station, and we get the third turret generator down. I keep moving around the station, but now I realize that the enemy team has finally got enough ships inside the cap circle that we're no longer capping. So we're stuck at 22%. So I try to get up, try to get some fire in, and that's my my second misplay here. I should not have flown over the station. That opened me up to fire both from pretty much all the station, the Pioneer, the Leviathan, and the other enemy ship. If I stayed down at the side, I would probably only have been able to be shot up by one ship instead of the whole station and 2 other ships. So a bit of a misplay by me, but we did manage to cap 22%, and we have 3 ships at the enemy base, and the jump route is still unlocked. But let's fast forward until I respawn again. So I just respawned and I jump back into the Alpha sector, and I'm just waiting for my jump to cool down so I can jump into the enemy station. I'm considering if I should or not, but I decide to try and go in and see if we can still cap it. We had 2 ships in there. They look like they are 4. So now we are 3 on 4. Not an ideal situation, especially because they also have the station as support. So I find the logistics, almost get him down. But for some reason here I decide to switch to the Leviathan. I think I should have stayed on the logistics ships. He dies there, so it's okay. But I should have probably have kept my fire on that logistics to get him down before I switch my fire to the Leviathan. But here you can just see the immense firepower of the Reaper. We are simply just ripping this Leviathan apart. And now we actually got 3 ships down in a very short amount of time, which means we are now capping again. And we are up to 47, almost 50%, and now we're getting that Pioneer down. So we're in a very good situation right now. We are capping at a good rate. And again, it looks like they have an AFK. I don't know why he's still sitting there. Again, a bit of a misplay. Don't fly in here. Don't fly into the middle of the station. I open up my shroud to try to protect me a bit, and it does shield me from some of the incoming damage. But essentially what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get him down so we can increase the rate at which we are capping. But we probably have been better off if I just stayed at the outside of the station to reduce the incoming damage. And again, I get killed, and it really is a death zone if you go into the center of the station. So I really shouldn't have done that. But you have to learn the hard way, I guess. But anyway, we're respawning again. So let's fast forward until I'm done respawning. Okay, so we're respawning and we're jumping back into the Alpha sector. Now we have to begin to think about Gamma. Well, the first iteration of the Gamma sector was pretty easy because people were scrambling to get back to the base to defend it, so we could just put 1 ship in there and easily cap it. But this time we need to begin to think about what should we do now. Should we really continue to attack, or should we hold some ship in reserve? We have a ship at the beta trying to cap, so maybe it's not the best idea to keep attacking, but I figure we're so close and we have kept up the fight for so long that we might be able to still cap a bit. As I jump in, the one friendly ship in here dies, which makes me the prime target. We have 2 ships in this sector right now. And that's one of the problems when you're doing a prolonged attack on the enemy base. As you begin to die and respawn, you will come in to the base one at a time. And if you don't coordinate this ideally with your team, what you should do is you should try to at least jump in 2 or 3 ships at a time. Because if you're coming in one at a time, you're just too easy to kill. But it can be difficult to coordinate when you do not have your team members on voice comm, because for me at least, I think it's difficult both to try and focus on what's going on the map, what's going on in the game around me, and also try to read the chat and respond in the chat. So I prefer voice chat whenever I get the opportunity, at least. Now the gamma sector is up in 1 minute. I'm respawning in 20 seconds. We got all of the stations at both Alpha and Beta. We just have a friendly ship jump into to the enemy base as they're trying to regain some of the end stations to prevent us from keep going to their base. So there are 4 people at the station, and we have 2 people at the station. So there are 40 seconds until the gamma sector unlocks. So I decide to jump straight to the gamma sector in the hope that they will be too occupied defending their base, and also trying to capture their end stations. So we should probably be able to get an easy cap of the gamma sector. But I changed my mind here because we already have 3 ships at the enemy base to their 4 ships. That means if we could just kill one of them, we can actually begin capping. And we were actually capping there for a bit. We're up to 73%. So I decided to screw the gamma sector and go straight for the base. I focus down on the Leviathan, and again we see what the Reaper can do when you get a chance to get full effect of all your weapons at once. The Leviathan dies, and that gives us the upper hand, so we are now capping again. So we are now, I think, 4-3, which means we can cap the last points that we needed, and the battle is over. So that was a very quick battle. I think this battle only took around 12 minutes, 13 minutes maybe, which is very short for a battle. Normally they last for 20 to 25 minutes. But anyway, that was it. Short battle. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to subscribe, and remember there will be a video up on the beta release soon. Like, comment, and until next time, I'll see you in space.